Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing What If Naruto Was Neglected, part 4. So, for this part, well actually I'm gonna get into the recap. So, last part I did the Tenchi Bridge arc where Naruto and Sasuke fought, and Naruto's identity was leaked, that he was Naruto Uzumaki. And everyone began to remember him. So yeah. Oh, and also, yeah, so it basically covered all the way up to the Tenchi Bridge arc. I covered up to that, and then Naruto's identity got leaked. So that's basically all what happened. Yeah. So, Naruto's gonna go back to his home in the forest. And, he's gonna talk to Kurama since his identity just got exposed. And this is kind of a big deal for him. And Kurama says that Naruto should maybe give his family, a second chance. And Naruto states that he's already given his family plenty of chances to change their ways, but they never listen to him. So he just isn't going to give them any more chances. And Kurama says, oh well. I'm really tired. And Kurama says, oh well, that it's Naruto's choice, and that they are kind of like snakes in a way. So Naruto's just gonna be training over by his over by his house, and Memma's gonna come barging into the area, demanding that Naruto explain himself for not showing up. Not telling them that it was actually him. And that they've tried to change their ways a lot. And Naruto states that they never really wanted him, and he had given them several chances. And the fact that they didn't know his name was disrespectful enough to him, and not recognize him was disrespectful enough for him not to want to come back to where they lived. And Menma begins to ask how Naruto learned how he did. And Naruto begins to state that he just works harder than them, and that him and Menma are on two completely different levels. And that if what Menma thinks is what Naruto's strength is, what he showed off right now is maximum power, then Menma is severely mistaken. So yeah, Menma's kind of scared by this. But he kind of plays it off. And yeah. Sasuke's still gonna go on, and Naruto's gonna tell Menma to leave or else he'll kill him. So Menma leaves. And yeah. Mito really wants to get the situation with Naruto dealt with quickly, because if this gets out, it'll greatly ruin his reputation. So yeah. Yeah. Naruto and, Sasuke's still gonna go on to kill Orochimaru, and this is when the Sasuke recovery team gets sent out. Naruto is gonna be placed on the team with Menma, Mito, Neji, Kiba, Hinata, Sakura, Shino, Kashi. There won't be any need for Yamato. Yeah. So those 8. Most of them are I'm kind of gonna forget. So yeah. They're gonna go searching for Sasuke. Sasuke begins to form his team with Sugetsu, Karin, and Jogo, or whatever his name is. And yeah. The team is formed, and they go after Itachi. The same events are going to unfold per usual in the canon until Konoha runs into Tobi, or Obito, or Madara, whichever name he goes by. And Naruto immediately is gonna make a clone and have him stay in the formation while everyone thinks the clone is off doing other things. But Naruto's clone is actually building up chakra with Karam. Naruto's clone is just a decoy, and Tobi sees this. And Tobi decides to switch off of his alias and begins to start speaking that the people in Konoha really think that isn't really Naruto and that he's actually trying. And all of a sudden, a yellow beam just comes flying over at speeds that are unimaginable for anyone to perceive. And Tobi can't activate his Tobi's not going to activate his Kamui. He's going to decide to punch Naruto, and their fists are going to, meet in deadlock. Because I just want to make Tobi, actually seem like he's Madara. So Tobi's going to do that, just make it look like he's Madara. And around this time is going to be when Sasuke and Itachi begin their fight. Itachi's going to deal with Sasuke a bit easier. Well, no. Itachi's going to have a hard time with Sasuke, and Sasuke won't actually pass out after the end of the fight. But Itachi, knowing that Madara, the supposed Madara, is still a threat to Sasuke, decides to, with his last breaths, I'm gonna say he uses, he's gonna do the same thing as he does in canon. And Sasuke's just gonna pass out from, the strain of watching Itachi die. And yeah, Jiraiya also, I forgot to mention, Jiraiya also still goes off to the Rain Village. Per usual. And he proceeds to get whooped by Pain. And Jiraiya, knowing that he failed Naruto as a godfather, would not sink to the ocean with a frown on his face, not as big as a smile, and he would begin to realize in his last breath the Memamito are not the childs of prophecy, that it's actually Naruto. That Naruto embodies everything that the child of prophecy was meant to be. And Jiraiya, realizing this, sinks down to the ocean, knowing that whoever trained Naruto was the right person to train him, knowing that Naruto will someday save the world. And yeah. Naruto is soon gonna Tobi's gonna soon Zetsu's soon gonna appear saying that Sasuke defeated Itachi, which Naruto's gonna state isn't very surprising, since Itachi isn't at his full strength. Oh, and Itachi's still gonna have to give Naruto the bird. Whatever it's called. Yeah, the bird. Yeah, Shisuzai. I forgot to mention that. And, yeah. So, Itachi is, after Itachi dies, Obito's gonna start Kamuing away. Naruto's gonna blitz Obito, canceling the Kamui. Since while Obito's absorbing himself, I believe it's stated in one of the episodes that while he's sucking himself into the dimension, he can't become intangible. So Naruto uses Obito being on his back foot and begins to blitz him and pound him. With Naruto landing a few solid hits before Obito activates Kamui again. And this time, Obito will Kamui away without Naruto interfering. Naruto then will begin to start blitzing away. Naruto would have actually, during these barrages, put a flying rising mark on Obito. And Naruto would say everyone should touch each other, and then he'll touch one of them. Naruto begins to do this, as then he waits for Obito to come back to the real, to teleport to Sasuke, and then Naruto's gonna flying Raijin over there. Sasuke's gonna somewhat have regained consciousness, and see Madara, and then see Naruto. Obito's gonna look over, Madara's gonna look over at him, and gonna be a bit surprised, and ask how the brats got out here. And Naruto's gonna state that that's him and Obito, that's a secret. And then he's gonna flying Raijin over to Obito with his own version of the Rasengan, which I'm actually gonna make a more powerful Rasengan, and smash Obito's face. And try smashing it into Obito's face. Naruto flies through him, and Naruto not knowing what just happened. And Obito decides that he can't take them all on while retrieving Sasuke, so says that he'll come back for Sasuke someday. And Naruto goes flying through him. But Sasuke is now back in the hands of the League. Or so they think. But then Team Heavy's gonna come over, and Karin's gonna get all defensive, saying that Team 7 cannot touch Sasuke. And Naruto says he doesn't care what Sasuke does, and all he cares about is that Sasuke gives him a good fight sometime. And Sasuke says he will if Naruto lets him go. And Naruto says that Sasuke can go. And this pisses off Memo, who begins to charge at Naruto. Naruto just slaps him away. Like he doesn't care. And Sasuke states that he's gonna take Itachi's body. And yeah, they all go on their separate ways. And yeah, when they get home, they hear the news of Jiraiya's death. And Naruto isn't even fazed by this. He just keeps walking, doesn't even look shocked, isn't even sad at all. So yeah, during the 1 month training period is gonna come around, well, the 3 week I think it was? Yeah, that training period for Pain to come back. The fight with Jiraiya also, it goes pretty similar to usual. That's why I really didn't cover it. It's similar as usual. Jiraiya never really got stronger, since he never saw Naruto as a person. He didn't care about Naruto. I remember Mito were not strong by any means. So yeah. But Naruto is now at what power level will he be at around now? I'm gonna say that he'll be at he'll have the strength of Orochimaru. No, he'll be a bit stronger than Orochimaru. He'll almost be on Minato's level. And Naruto's 15 right now, so he's really overpowered. And I need to have a time for him to get the Sage's 6 Pass power, since I don't think he'll get it during the warp. I'll just think about it later. But yeah, during these 3 weeks, in the first week, Naruto's actually going to end up unlocking the Rinnegan. I actually got this idea from a comment, and I'll put the person's account link in the description of my video. So yeah, in the description will be the person that gave me the idea for Naruto getting the Rinnegan. So yeah, Naruto's gonna end up learning some of the Rinnegan abilities. And the reason he gets this Rinnegan, I'll explain it right now, is that his family, Minato and Kushina, they are, this is kind of gonna be kind of an asshole. They're kind of from the chain downward, Minato's family is gonna be related to the Sage's 6 Pass directly. But this gene of the Rinnegan skipped generations. It skipped hundreds and thousands of generations, however long. Yeah. So it skipped a while. And then, after it skipped a while, Naruto unlocks it. And Naruto begins to train the Rinnegan. I'm not going to give him teleportation. I'm going to give Naruto a pretty weak Rinnegan ability, since I don't want to make him too OP. But I could. Nah, because Sasuke needs to compete with him at some point. And yeah. This Rinnegan ability is going to be like... Also, his Rinnegan ability is that he can, I'll just say he can see people's chakra points. That'll be his Rinnegan ability. But it's, more in-depth than the Byakugan. It doesn't... You see their chakra points while seeing their... it's just more... It's a better version of the Byakugan. Which doesn't really help Naruto, since it doesn't fit his fighting style, and it's not worth changing his fighting style over. So, yeah. Naruto's gonna keep it a secret that he has the Rinnegan, and, yeah. And Mito, they both go off to master Sage Mode, since Mema had kind of put off mastering Sage Mode. He had it to dry his level, but nothing more. So they're both gonna master it. When the village gets attacked, Naruto's gonna be out of the village, and Mema and Mito are gonna come back to the village, and they're gonna get stomped. They're not gonna get stomped. They're just gonna get beat pretty badly. They couldn't figure out Pain's ability, but then Naruto's gonna show up, summoning a bunch of wolves and standing on him. It's gonna be similar to his cannon entrance. And then he's gonna be in KCM with Sage Mode eyes in one eye, and then the Rinnegan in the other. And Pain is shocked to see that Naruto has the Rinnegan. Naruto just begins to stare at Pain, and begins to immediately assess all their abilities, since he did a lot of research on the Rinnegan. And he knows some of the abilities can be to resurrect people, push and pull, but those are going to be the only two they know, and chakra absorption. So yeah. Naruto's going to begin to, fight the Pains. This is going to be way easier for him, since he can just use his taijutsu to overpower most of them. But then all that's left is the Diva Path. And, the Diva Path is gonna, I'm gonna have the Animal Path. Or, Yahiko's path left. I think it's called the Diva Path. I forget, though. So, yeah, Yahiko and the Animal Path are gonna be left. And, the animal's gonna summon, more, things. And the wolves and Naruto summoned already have their hands full. So this will be Naruto's first time ever using the Kurama avatar. And this power that Naruto possesses, Menma and Mito cannot, they can't comprehend it. And the Nine Tails begins to start, it, starts, screaming, raw and stuff. And, then it begins to, it punches down at Pain, basically punching the Yahiko path, or the Diva path, I think it's called. So yeah, Naruto's then gonna deactivate KCM and his Rinnegan, and just use Sage Mode. And he'll stab himself with it, and then he'll go off to go talk to Nagato. And this time, Naruto will be much kinder to Nagato, and begin to state that, and how he'll help protect the world, and that he was neglected as a child, and that he doesn't want anyone else to feel the same pain that he did. Naruto and Nagato will have a really long conversation that will actually last a while, And, yeah. After their conversation, Nagato's still gonna revive everyone. And Naruto is kinda sad to see Nagato die. And he says bye to Conan and they part ways. And, yeah. Conan's gonna die to Obito, just like, what's his name? Just like in canon. Nothing changes that. But Obito's actually gonna make his move a little sooner, since he's more desperate than ever to get the Rinnegan, since he knows he needs it to compete with Naruto. And if he wants his plan to come true. So yeah. Yeah, so Naruto will, and, I'm having a brain fart. Naruto will return to the village to see all the villagers looking kind of confused. And then they look at Naruto, and it's kind of like an awkward stare for a few minutes. For like a few seconds. And then one of them asks what happened to the guy. And Naruto begins to state how him and the guy had a conversation about their past and stuff. And the villagers begin to kind of start looking weirdly. And the guy began to realize that Naruto and him were kind of like one of the same coin. Both not living the best childhood. Not having many people to rely on, since either they were all dead or they weren't there. And the guy related to Naruto and saw that Naruto wanted to change the world for the better. So the guy decided to revive all of the villagers to right his wrongs. And he trusted Naruto to be able to try and fix the world so that way people didn't have to live the way that they did. And told Naruto to become the Hokage someday, and that was... But Naruto's not gonna say this to the villagers, but Nagato told Naruto to become the Hokage someday so that way he could help change the world and protect it. And Naruto promised to Nagato that he would do just that. So all the villagers kind of started celebrating Naruto as a hero. Meanwhile, Mema and Mito were both pissed. And also, you might be wondering what happened to Mito during the attack. Minato, I'm just gonna say, was off doing a mission that involved something that they thought could have been pains, and he didn't get word of the attack for a while, since, yeah, that's just gonna be how it has to work. So that way everything aligns properly. So I'm actually gonna end the what if here. I'm really tired right now, and I've been going for almost 25 minutes, which isn't a long what if. But I really wanted to just get this arc done. And yeah. Next what if, I think maybe the last what if. There may be only like 2 what ifs left. 2 like more parts left of this what if like series, I guess. And then I'll be done. And then I was thinking, you guys can like vote in the comments, like say which one you want. But I was thinking either to do what if Naruto was an Uchiha? Well, there are like 3 different options. What if Naruto was an Uchiha? What if Naruto was Madara's grandson? What if Naruto was an Uchiha and what if Naruto was Madara's grandson? They're kind of both the same, but they're both kind of different. Like, I would approach each of them differently. So yeah, and what if Naruto what if Naruto was the son of Kaguya. So yeah, those are the 3 what-ifs that I want to do in the future. Yeah, thank you guys for all the support on my videos recently. And yeah, peace.